I was also curious about this. When you look at when we call Tom Brady the greatest quarterback of all time, it's not going to be yardage, it's not going to be touchdowns, it's going to be Super Bowls. But let's say, could Patrick Mahomes be the greatest quarterback of all time when it's all said and done based on just stats and not necessarily the number of Super Bowl wins? Could you see a scenario like that?
I think Patrick Mahomes is a special football player. I think that's the way we have to look at him now. I don't think you can bring his name into a conversation about being the greatest so early into his career. And let me qualify why I believe Tom Brady is the greatest. Super Bowls certainly are a factor, but I mean, he's won most of them by kicks. Adam Vinatieri, different people have made kicks for him, different plays that he has made. Tom is the greatest because what he has around him changes every year, Dan. If you have the same people in the studio, you have the same guys around, and I watch the show, you get a rhythm. You know how to play off one another. In Tom's case, it's hard to get a rhythm. Yes, he has Julian. Now he doesn't have Gronk. Now all of a sudden they went from a tight end slot-based offense to a wide receiver-based offense with the addition of Josh and Dorsett playing. And so the tight end position, 2 weeks ago had one catch, which if Gronk was there, that wouldn't happen. Mm-hmm. So there's been so much change around Tom, and yet he still plays at the highest of levels, and they win football games. And not just win them this year, they're blowing people out. And that's another team is you get that kind of play out of their offense with the defense the way it's playing, you have to try and outscore them. And you can't because the other side won't let you. But that's why when I look at Tom, and of course Joe Montana's name comes into the conversation always about the greatest in the game. But Joe had a very constant group of people around him. Tom has not. Tom's had tremendous change around him, and yet the results are still exactly the same. That's what I think makes him the greatest of all time.
If you had one game to win, aside from yourself, who would be your quarterback?
You're kind. I appreciate it. I would substitute somebody for me. I would say Tom, because he's proven it time and time again that he knows how to manage a clock. He knows how to handle timeouts. I watch coaches burn timeouts in the first and second quarter of football games, and I just shake my head. The game has evolved, Dan. It's changed. I grant that. But there are fundamentals in the game that don't change, and that is you have to preserve your timeouts at all costs. You need them at the end of a half. You need them at the end of a game. You can't, and you can't be taking 5-yard delay game penalties because you can't get the signals. And my God, you're talking to the quarterback. What kind of conversation do you have to have in 40 seconds that you can't get the ball snapped in that period of time? I mean, the fundamentals are still a part of the game. But
could you imagine Coach Gibbs in your headset talking to you?
No, it was hard enough with him on the sideline. He would yell at me on the sidelines. I can't imagine what he'd yell at me. If he had 30 more seconds to yell at me, I can't imagine what he'd say.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.